Fritz Klenner had lied repeatedly throughout his life. He lied to his father regarding his University of Mississippi medical degree and Duke University studies. He lied to patients prescribing vitamin C instead of necessary medication. He lied about his military service, Vietnam CIA deployments, and the nature of his frequent disappearances. He seduced his idealistic cousin Susie Lynch and assumed a role as her protector during her contentious divorce. He murdered her ex-husband's mother and sister. He followed this heinous action up with the murder of Lynch's parents and paternal grandmother inside their Winston-Salem home on May 19, 1985. On June 3rd, police investigators began tightening the pressure on Klenner. Feeling cornered, he loaded up his Chevrolet Blazer in an attempt to evade authorities. Susie Lynch and her sons accompanied him. The boys were unaware of his intention, likely presuming the drive was for a camping trip. At some point during their errant course, the boys were poisoned with cyanide along with their 2 dogs in the rear seats. Their mother would reputedly shoot them in the head to ensure their death. There was no conclusive evidence that she'd agreed to a suicide pact with Klenner, but events suggested such an accord. Police investigators were closing in on the Blazer driven by Klenner along Highway 150 in Summerfield, north of Greensboro, North Carolina. His earlier shooting of Sergeant Tommy Dennis in Greensboro with a Uzi weapon made caution imperative. Dennis would survive, but Klenner's spiraling web of deceit was arriving at a climatic conclusion. Klenner headed northbound from Greensboro on Highway 220, arriving into Summerfield before steering west onto rural Highway 150, heading in the direction of Brown Summit. Nearing Stradler Road, next to the Sunburst Horse Farm, the chase abruptly terminated. As he began to decelerate, Klenner ignited a bomb under the front seat, detonating an explosion. The vehicle was torn apart and strewn throughout the landscape. The passengers were tossed errantly. Klenner survived briefly but drowned in his own blood as investigators approached him. The case would be the source of a best-selling book called Bitter Blood.